We're in Sde Boker now to protest the dispossession of Khira, which is a Bedouin village in the Negev, and the new Jewish settlement that the government is currently here to authorize. It's also the birthday of David Ben-Gurion, whose grave is here in Sde Boker, and this is the man that's responsible for the Nakba in 48. He's also responsible for the land laws that dispossessed the Arab Palestinians and Bedouins in Israel from 90% of their land. This is how the Bedouins have actually lost their hold on their land.
Yeah, he was the first Prime Minister of Israel, if people don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the man directly responsible for the laws that made the ownership of the Bedouins over their land to just a memory. And the state laws of Israel that took over the land and dispossessed them became state land. And today Prawer is evolution of this. It's the way that what happened, the ethnic cleansing of 48 became a state regime of apartheid and a policy of ethnic cleansing that is continuing to this day. And at the moment the plan is to displace somewhere between 40,000 and 70,000 Bedouins from their home in the Negev. You had another question there, no? About the violence.
Yeah. I want to ask about the violence. Yeah, right. Because it looks like it's going through. I mean, it's going towards violent clashes between Bedouins and the police and the country, the land.
I hope it's not going to be clashes only between Bedouins and the police, but the Israeli citizens and the police, because the statues, for me the statues, the idea of being a civilian in a state, okay? When a state treats its citizens this way, then none of us can be considered citizens. And of course it is going towards violence because they do not enable any other form of protest or participation in the decision-making process. The Prawer Plan was decided on top of the Bedouins' heads without any type of participation or dialogue with them. And the reason it's going towards violence is because the state is pushing towards it, because it serves its interest to end up in transfer.
Do you think eventually this is going to happen, or we'll be able to stop it?
It is already happening. It is just happening quite slowly, and it is happening house by house and village by village, and not as a big campaign that can be marked very clearly, but transfer is already happening. And the Prawer Plan, once it gets into gear, will be a mass-scale transfer for sure, especially if there will be violent resistance.
And Tamar, if people that are watching us are activists from abroad, is there anything they could do? I mean, we can tell them to help.
Boycott Israel. Boycott Israel. Contact your parliament people. Do not buy any merchandise or stuff from Israel, and boycott the state, because it is the only non-violent means, to force the Israeli society to be accountable and take responsibility for what its government has been doing for the last 64 years.
Okay, thank you, Tamar.